Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Yvette Quale. I like to create craft tutorials and do junk journal flip-throughs. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing my process for putting together signatures for a two journal set that I'm making. This is the third set of Boho Sisters that I've created, and this is the little sister, which in my previous video I did do a complete flip through of this journal. And I had a lot of people asking questions from my last few video flip-throughs of journals about how I put my signatures together. So I thought I would share today how I do that. So I have over here a pile of papers that I'm going to be using for the companion journal to this one, the Big Sister. These are, the biggest size is 6 across by 9, and that will be 5 signatures. The little one has 3 signatures and is about 4.5 by about 7. So I'm going to put her side here, and we're just going to start to look at what I have here to put in the journal. So I don't usually do more than I do like to do about 8 to 10 pages per signature. So for those who are not familiar with junk journaling, signatures are the little groups of pages within a journal. So this has 3, and I don't know how many total pages, but about 30 per each one. So what we're going to do here is I picked out some cardstock. Now I usually do use cardstock on my first page just because it's a little sturdier and it's easier to sew in for me. So, and by sewing in, those of you who don't know, I'm talking about how we sew it into the spine of the book. So what I've done here is picked out some cardstock, and these are going to go in there. So this is my, let me grab it here. This is my fabric piece that will be on the cover to go with this journal. So I'm picking up a little bit of this pink color, and there's some yellow in here and orange. I don't really have any cardstock that's orange, but this is the closest I had, which is kind of a salmon color. So we'll pop that up with some of these other images that I have from the Amy Butler book, Midwest Modern. That is what I'm using to be inspired for this set of journals. So here we have the covers for the each signature. And then I also have some handmade paper here that is very nice that I'll be using in the bigger one. Move the little sister over a little more here. Now, a lot of people were asking how I made pages so that they flipped out. So I have these pages, which are a little bit longer. They're about 14 inches. And so they fold up really nice. And then we're going to bind it into the journal here. So this will flip out and become a bigger page. So you can do that also with a regular size paper. Here's an 8.5 by 11, and I've just folded that in. This can be cut down a little bit more even and made into a pocket, and then this will just come like that. Or we could just sew that in, and that can come out and be a flip spot. So you can do that with any size. And as you can see, this was not folded in half, so that's kind of how that's done. Alright, and so we have a couple of tea-dyed papers folded up there. I've got a couple Edith Holden pages here that we're going to be putting in. I've got some of these pages here, which are, I think I have this complete pile upside down. Maybe. Well, we'll figure it out. So these are from the Celtic Craft Studio and on Etsy, and it's called Garden Notes, this kit here. So they're going to be going in there. There's another Edith Holden. This is from Jesus Junk Journals, which I had in the Little Sister. And then all of these, yeah, we have this whole pile, I think, upside down or backwards or something. So all of these images here are from Ginger Journals on Etsy, and this is the Vintage Gypsy Junk Journal. Now that's hard to say. So all of these pages here are going to go in. I have some avocado dyed pages that I got in some Happy Mail. So those will go. And then just some regular tea-dyed pages. And then these are all from Candy at Wise Candy Crafts on Etsy. And some of these are original, some of them are prints. So we'll be putting those in, and that gives us our little boho pop. Here's a page from Amy Butler's book, Midwest Modern. And that has some of her beautiful fabric on there. So I'm going to be using that. Again, this is from Candy. And then these are envelopes from Candy. So I'll show you how I put those in. These are from nevermorecreation17.com. And those are called Cute Country Gardens. Got that vibrant color. This is from Amy's book, as well as this, and again from Candy. So I might not do all of these because there are 5 and I don't want my video to be till tomorrow. So usually how I start out, as you can see here, I've kind of lined these up how I want them to be in the journal. So this will be the first page, first signature, second, third, fourth, and fifth. So let's go ahead and start with the first one. I'll probably put an image on the front here. I'm not sure what, but I'll just grab something out. So we'll put some kind of image on there, layer it up, do something like that. I usually do all my decorating later, so I'm going to do that. So I usually start out now. It's going to depend. Some of these covers have they're two-sided. So with those, you could go with an image next. So and there's no rule to this, but I usually like to do something in the front here that gives us a little bit of color and a little bit of pattern. So I've got this little pattern on the outside, so maybe something like this could go next, okay? Well, then we open it up, and as you can see, I have another white page here. So maybe the thing to do at that point is to go with something that has some color, but that doesn't have a white background. And you can always add something to this. Again, just grab something here real quick, but maybe not exactly this, but something to give it a little bit of color. So you're trying to think ahead of what you're going to do. It's not just going to be opened up and be white and pink. You're going to do something. You're going to put a pocket here. You're going to do something to decorate that. So we have that. And then next we could maybe do something like this. So it's kind of coming in. It's got a little bit of color as we go through. And you want to kind of mix things up so you don't have everything from the book or everything from digital. You want to kind of mix everything up. So that looks pretty there with that background. That'll open up this way. And this is a good place to put something that has color that's going to open up into color. So see how I have the color image here, well, double-sided color image, and then it's going to be on the white. So whatever I do behind here is going to show through onto this. So I like to do that. There's also pages like this that have writing on it. Maybe you don't want that writing, but you want the image. You can put a piece of tea-dyed paper on there, and that becomes a journal spot. So we're going to think ahead here a little bit more. And sometimes I just like to layer it up and give it a lot of color. So maybe that, but then that's too much for me. Let's see. I like that, but let's see here. Maybe we'll take one of Candy's pretty envelopes and put those in as soon as I can find one. So I could put this way, but then I'm repeating the color here. So we have a repeat of the color. Not always bad, but I can turn it this way, right? And put it in here like this. Now this becomes a pocket next to this, and then it opens up and we have this here. So I kind of like that. And I'm going to put another piece, I think, of the avocado dyed, and we're getting kind of the same size here. So let's do something like fold this way. Maybe put that there. And how many do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't want to do too many more, but I do need another image on there. Let's do this way. Put that in, and then inside you can do this, okay, and that becomes a pocket, and then we can put maybe an Edith Holden in the middle. When in doubt, Edith. Okay, so like this. So this will open up, and what we can do is we can either glue this down so it becomes 2 corner pockets, probably what I will do, and then decorate this up, or you can glue this part down, decorate the flap, and then have 2 tuck spots here. So that'll be our first journal. Let's go, or the first signature. Let's go ahead and flip through what we've done here. We're going to open it up. You're going to have your avocado dyed paper. Now what I'll probably do here, these are all kind of the same size, so I'll probably tear this. In fact, let's tear it. So see how that kind of reveals what's going on behind. So I like to do that. It opens up to this page. Now there's a lot going on there, so we might actually switch this up a little. Let's keep looking through. So it's kind of a process. There's no set way to do it. So we got a couple faces together. I don't really like that. So maybe it's just as easy as turning this around. Okay. And then this will turn like that. This can become a pocket here, and that will probably be down here. I'll have to trim this off a little bit, but as we move through, there's kind of a cohesiveness to it, even though it's very different and very eclectic. We have, you know, the colors are kind of what's bringing it together. So this could become a pocket, or you could go ahead and glue down here. It becomes a side pocket, kind of an open pocket. If we wanted to, we could put another something on there, make that a little bit more, so we're adding a little bit more color. Okay, and then we have that here. So that's our first one. Let's go ahead and make one more, and I think then my video will be long enough. So let's grab one of these. So we're going to open this up, and that has a pattern inside. So we can put one of these fold outs. We're going to put the center here. This is going to fold in. And maybe that's a little bit too small. There we go. Put that in. This is going to open up. We need a boho image, I think. Let's see what we can find here. I like that. Put that in, so that can be either a little page in there. We could put it in the middle, make it a little page. I gotta get some of this handmade paper in there, I think. Like that. Maybe another boho image. Turn it the other way so we have a lady showing. Okay. Maybe let's see. Put another fold out in there, I think. So what you can do here also is fold it so that this goes inside. So when this is in a journal, the center spot's going to be there. This is going to fold out to reveal this, which folds over, and then you have a secret kind of place there. So that's always fun to do as well. And of course, before you sew these in, you're going to line everything up, right? So let's see how many we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, pocket, 5, 6, 7, 8. We can do 9. And then we can do maybe, I'm going to trim that guy off. Or we could do one of these, which would open up and have this in the middle to make another pocket. So that'll be our second one. So that's kind of how I do my signatures. As you can see, they're about this big once we start decorating them up, and then I'll go through here and kind of tear off some of the pages or maybe cut around it so it comes down like this. Just whatever seems to speak to me at the moment. That's kind of how I put my signatures together. So stay tuned for video 3 in this series, which will be the completed Big Sister Journal. Thanks so much for watching. Please hit the like and subscribe button, comment if you'd like to, and I'll see you in the next video.